welcome to Smiling Souls. This is Stephanie Keenan Ray and Wendy T. What's going on?
Hey, just pestering you this morning.
Yeah.
All for a good reason.
I know.
Because we're
Yeah.
gonna be 1 year old
Mm-hmm.
very
It's
soon.
very exciting. Yes.
Yeah, that's my
Yes.
morning. How about you?
Yeah, kind of just doing things and listening to some tunes and now recording. Yeah. So
What
life
were
is
you
good.
listening to, if I can?
Young blood, because I'm on that train right now.
Blood, yes. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
There it is.
Yes. It's good to have a good young rocker back in the world.
Because there aren't any young rockers
There
besides.
aren't any good, like, real good music making rockers in the world. No, he is picking up
Yeah.
that throne, and I'm proud of him.
Like Neil Young, like Neil Young. Who else?
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah, yeah. No. Yeah, he's more like he's got the I mean, he was very close with Ozzy, so he has the Ozzy vibe, but he also has the Bowie vibe, and he
Oh,
has like he
soul.
is yeah, he has it, and it's good.
Love that. The young Ozzy vibe.
Hmm. Yeah,
Rest in
yeah,
peace, Oz. Okay.
exactly. So yeah. So yeah, I'm just kind of hanging out, doing some work, and excited to be here with you ladies today. Should we pop right into Oracle cards
I
or
think we should. Yes. Yes, yes.
excellent.
Let's do
All right. So,
that. Jennifer's like, yeah.
why don't you go first because you're pulling for Jennifer as well as
Okay.
yourself, and so
Yep.
we'll do the bounce.
Okay. I'm gonna pull for Jennifer first. So
Nice.
Jennifer, how this goes, I'm gonna shuffle the cards and you tell me when to stop.
Okay,
Bottom or top?
top.
What'd you get? Ooh, you got the high priest.
Hmm.
Intend and create. Ooh. Ooh. Sorry, I'm very excited because I pulled this one right before I spoke last year at an event. And it was the first time I brought Oracle cards and I said, "Look, I'm doing this. You can come along with me, you can not, whatever." And I did, and it was fine. But I pulled this particular card. So it says, recognize that you have the power to change your life. Face your fear and align with the light. In many traditions, the high priest is a physical embodiment of the divine masculine. He acts as a bridge between worlds and is able not only to divine the future, but to help create it too. He may be a leader in his spiritual tradition or in pagan traditions, be second to the high priestess. He is second to the high priestess. I love that. Okay. He is always spiritually connected and disciplined with great respect for his creator and his particular practice. In a reading, this card can represent a spiritual figure, leader, or teacher in your life, or an aspect of your path that has led you to where you are today. There you go, Jennifer. That is your card. I have not pulled a card for myself today because all over the place. So
All right. Well, then I can read mine while you
I'm
do
gonna do
your
my
thing.
thing. Got it, got it. Okay.
So I got counselor, and it's Archangel Azrael. Um, You are a natural counselor, and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. Your life purpose involves counseling people in ways that uplift, motivate, comfort, heal, and inspire. You're a true spiritual counselor, and people find you to be a trustworthy confidant. Expand your counseling work. Sorry, I just giggled because it looked like you nodded, like, "Hmm, yeah, sure, you're a trustworthy advisor."
Who, me?
You tilted your head, but it was because you were doing your thing.
I'm muscle testing to find the right card, and I'm like, really? Are we? Sorry.
Sorry, it made me laugh because I saw it out of the peripheral and I just sorry.
We're going deep with this deck.
Okay. So back to me. I am a
Meanwhile, back at
trustworthy
you.
I am a trustworthy confidant. Expand your counseling work to the next level because you're about to help greater numbers of people. Call upon me for guidance and support. Working with Archangel Azrael. His name means whom God helps, and he helps those who are helpers. He's particularly interested in helping counselors who work with the grieving and dying. Ask Azrael to guide your words and actions during counseling sessions, and he'll help you remain patient and compassionate. He can also help you enter the counseling profession and guide you towards schooling, internships, and wonderful counseling practice. Interesting. If only he can help me with my child and husband.
So Azrael,
Yes.
he's the angel of death, right?
He is the angel of death as well.
Which is not a creepy thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just he helps guide people.
Yes.
He helps grieving people. He helps people in transition. Just
Yeah. But no, that seems appropriate since
And
yeah.
death isn't necessarily in the context of our corporeal existence, right?
right.
The death of
Exactly.
something that doesn't serve us to make room to give birth
Mhm.
to something.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that
Talk
too.
about husbands and children in the context of death, conceivably the death of habits, annoying
Mhm. Mhm.
idiosyncratic behavior that no
Exactly.
longer serves a purpose.
Bingo.
Yes. All right. So I'll still call upon him for that help.
Oh yeah, totally. Absolutely. He's awesome. Okay. We finally got a card. Good grief. Earth Guardian.
Mm.
Take time to connect deeply with the energy of the earth so you can feel supported and make decisions based on strength and integrity. I love this. The Earth Guardian represents the angels of Earth who bring the medicine of feeling grounded and strong. They are protectors of the land and planet and can help you connect with your mission here and how you can support the evolution of the planet. The Earth Guardian on the card is a beautiful part angel, part elemental who is non binary, showing they are a divine being without a human gender. Their staff, which is right here, adorned with a dream catcher, shows they have the capacity to help you ground your dreams in reality. That was perfect, of course. Step into a deeply held space of presence and clarity, crafted just for you. The one-day retreat is a beautifully tailored journey into your heart's desires. A day of personalized guidance, embodied practices, nurturing equine connection, and nourishing lunch, plus follow-up support to weave insights into daily life. Now, for those called to go deeper, the 2-day immersive expands this experience with extra time for inner exploration, extended horse medicine, overnight rest, and richer integration. This is ideal for women who are ready to break through the confusion, reconnect with essence, and step forward into their next chapter. To find out more, visit wildawakewoman.com/1-2-day-immersives.
Nice. Nice job.
Ooh. Anyway,
Mhm.
yay.
Cool.
Nice.
Okay, I know, right? So now I get to introduce our guest for today. So I am so excited to introduce Jennifer Fedler to Smiling Souls. It took a cosmic bitch slap, I love that, to get Jennifer to leave her Hollywood film industry job that was a high paying, high stakes, high pressure, and soul crushing source of self doubt, self judgment, and terminal over responsibility. As a veteran of grueling hours, non-stop stress, ego-driven drama, endless excitement, and the pervasive pretentiousness of Hollywood, when she knew she was burnt out, she dropped out and ran away to lick her wounds. On an epic global adventure, Jennifer learned that her Hollywood mindset, embracing her worth and radiating confidence were why she trusted herself and her decisions and didn't need to compare herself to other people, was fearless when facing uncertainty and risk, and knew that authenticity was the lodestar that guided her through everything. Jennifer coaches people who've built incredible things and know how to take care of business. people who lead teams, launch big ideas, and hit impressive milestones. People crushing it on paper, and yet underneath that polished surface, they're quietly navigating success on the outside, but still questioning themselves on the inside. So, welcome to Smiling Souls, Jennifer.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here with you ladies today.
Yeah, we are welcome to have you here. We're very excited.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I think maybe just let's kind of jump into what it was like to kind of hit that wall, get that cosmic bitch slap, and
Yeah.
realize like it's time to um
Hit the
shift
road.
gears. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I want to
just
hear
kind
about
of take us back, share us a little of the backstory and
Yeah.
let us know, how that came about.
I want to hear about the bitch slap too. That sounds good.
Indeed, indeed. Pardon me. So, yeah, I lived in Los Angeles, the anomaly of the world, gateway to hell, conveniently geo-centered next to the music industry. It's all right there in LA.
Mhm.
And in my experience, a number of people go to Los Angeles and they become what I call Hollywise.
Mhm.
And Hollywise is when we forget who we are, where we're from,
Mm.
who's our family, who's our friends. Uh, Working in that industry demands utter dedication. And
Mhm.
so it's ambition and motivation and endless, right? Jobs
Mhm.
are, careers are made or broken 24/7, wherever you
Mhm.
are. And at, for all of us that work in that industry, it's inevitable that at some point we witness some degree of uh, emotional or mental or physical amorality.
Mhm.
And Hollywise people are able to turn that off and ignore that. And then during award season, when they win, they're vindicated, and that behavior becomes the new norm, right? So
Mhm.
careers are chased in ways you can't possibly imagine.
Wow. It
Sorry,
sounds very
but
intense what you're describing.
it's very intense, but it's addictive, right?
Mhm.
Mm.
It's not like some regular addiction to booze or blow or gambling or opioids or some shit like that. It's nonstop, new script, new movie, new
Mhm.
studio, new people, new locations, new actor.
Mm.
It's
Wow.
super addictive, that excitement
Mhm.
and that exhilaration.
Yeah.
But all of that notwithstanding, can't really go the distance, blocking out the toxic nature of the environment.
Right.
So it's kind of, it's like a virus, a very insidious virus that's all around you.
Mhm.
And
Mhm. Mm.
it's hard to know if you've caught it, right?
Interesting.
Because that's your norm. And as humans, the degree of rapidity with which we assimilate our environment is what
Mm.
things that makes us human, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, I like pushed all that shit away for years and my arms got tired.
Yeah.
And I was out on my back porch one day, and after this grueling filmmaking experience, yet another one, and I was just kind of chilling, and this tiny little voice that I'd never heard before said, "I don't give a fuck if I never make another movie."
Mm.
And the big loud voice, the one I mean, was like, "What? Shut up!" And the tiny little voice was like, "Yeah, no, I'm done." And the
Yeah.
big loud voice was like, "What do you mean you're done? What?" And the tiny little voice said, "No, yeah, I'm done. I want to do something else." And the big
Mm.
loud voice was like, "Something else? You don't know how to do anything else."
Oh, wow.
And the tiny little voice said, "I'm just tired of struggle and strife and wearing armor to work every day to survive rather than live in happiness and joy." It was really
Mhm.
intense. So my point is, Jennifer the idiot, I had no idea what that little voice was. I'd never heard that before. And all of us have the big loud voice, right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
the tiny voice is, we call it a number of things, but all roads
Mhm.
lead to Rome. Your intuition, your inner knowing, your
Mhm.
heart. I call it the heart voice,
Mm,
Mhm.
the head voice, and the heart voice. And so that
mm,
was a big cosmic bitch slap because I thought
yeah.
I loved my job. But we're so programmed to live listening to that big loud voice, and the voice is so loud it drowns out the tiny soft voice, right? And you have to be still and silent to hear
Yes.
that little voice. And
Yeah.
so I learned how to be still and silent, which was
Mm,
two new skill
mm,
sets I'd never had before. And learned how to like listen for that and be in that. So much so the takeaway
yeah.
for the people listening is just because it's the loudest voice in the room doesn't mean you need to listen to it.
Mhm.
And it's
100%.
part of us, and it's not something to be rejected or ejected or eliminated, because that's like cutting off one of your legs, but
Mm,
to look at that and acknowledge that and say,
mhm.
oh yeah, I remember you, you're that big bullshit spewing loud voice. No thanks, I'm going to do something else today.
I
Yeah.
love, yes. And oh my God, I love that story and how you got still and how you quieted that really loud voice. It's one of my friends says, it's your ego, whatever you want to call it. And you just kind of, okay, like you said, Jennifer, like I notice you, I see you. You need to go out in the waiting room and just chill out and have a juice box. I got no time for this, right? Which is kind of what you did, but on a much bigger scale.
Mhm.
How did you come on, Zoom? Give me a thumbs up. How did you, Jennifer, get quiet after all the noise, after all the like, how did you get yourself quiet? Because I think that's what a lot of our listeners are struggling with.
Mm. For me, it kind of just happened. I mean,
Mm,
when I that insane mental dialogue, that wasn't a moment of silence, but
yeah.
Mhm.
that dialogue happened, and I
Mm,
boxed. Right, I
Yeah.
was scheduled to work on another made for TV movie. I don't remember, whatever. And I called that producer, and I'm like, I'm not able to take the job, and that happens
right.
all the time, and that's not problematic at any level. But it was after that of like I had nowhere to go. I had nothing to
Okay.
be. I had nothing I had to do. I had
Mhm.
like nothing. And that
Mm,
nothingness I had never in my life experienced, because
Mhm.
we're all busy. We've all got shit to do, right?
Mhm.
So I just sat. Nature is very helpful, and my back porch was a very interesting vista because it was green grass, a super high green hedge,
Mhm.
blue sky,
yeah.
and a whitewashed stucco garage.
Mm,
So that was all I could see. And of course, in sunny Southern California, the sky is the color it is, and there's a lot of days where there's not even any clouds. So
Mhm.
this juxtaposition of blue and green and
right.
white is calming.
Very
But
soothing.
I just hung out there and just
Mm.
started noticing things, birds, the encroaching greenery, the sun glinting off that garage, whatever, and it all just brought it all down.
Mhm.
So for our listeners who are
Yeah.
looking for a way to do that, the sure path to that is to be in nature,
Mhm.
because it's an issue of removing stimuli, right? So even when you're in your house and okay, this is my special relaxed place in my chair, or I'm in the tub with a drink in my hand, I'm relaxed, all
Mhm.
aromatherapeutic and whatever, you're still in an environment
Mhm.
where there's input going on,
Mhm.
involuntary, natch.
Mhm.
But nature has its own input that really, if you just chill with that for long enough, one of my favorite things is the beach and
Mm-hmm.
surf in there's a state beach I go
Steph's
to.
too.
The surf is very the rhythmic aspect of that. So it's kind of like that. In nature, also, all of that drops away because suddenly we find ourselves at, oh, wow, look at that bird, or oh, wow, there's a flower. Wonder what that is, or, that type of
Mm-hmm.
thing. But the true bonus score here is that the burgeoning nature of nature teaches us abundance. And
Mhm.
this is another huge issue of we define abundance by monetary wealth, and abundance has absolutely nothing to do with that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So nature is a kind of to me a double whammy in that it allows stillness and it
Mm-hmm.
facilitates our understanding of abundance that of course opens the door for gratitude.
Yeah, I can see how those all connect and get you to gratitude. Because when you're in
Mm-hmm.
gratitude, boy, that changes the game. I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
And yeah, I worked with a guy who called it an attitude of gratitude.
Oh,
And
I've heard that before.
yeah, we were talking about that one day, and I was like, "So, Sal, what does that mean to you?" And it was interesting because he listed a bunch of shit like it's a Trader Joe's shopping list. That's not, that's not, and people are like, "Oh, your gratitude practice, and when you're lying in bed at night, say 3 to 5 things you're grateful for," and the tendency is to make the shopping list,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Grateful I wasn't late for work. I'm grateful my boss didn't ream my ass. I'm grateful I did that's not that ain't it, honey. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So nature helps us deal with that at a more profound level that
Mm.
transcends our human nature, particularly for women to make lists.
Yeah,
We love making lists. I
I
love
do.
making lists. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
What we do,
Yeah,
we do.
so true.
lists.
So how are you helping people now? Like what do
Mhm.
you do now?
Yeah.
Um, I help people shift out of our third dimension reality into a place where you know, mm, it's successful people that all are subject to the same things, doubting their choices and decisions, questioning
Mhm.
themselves, um, feeling like someday everything they've had or done is a matter of luck or whatever, and someday they'll be found out.
Mm.
Ridiculous fear of censure and judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just kind of all of that human stuff, and this
Yeah.
need to be constantly achieving and striving and monetary wealth, and they're miserable.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're all we live in a time when women are encouraged to be men, and a lot of people aren't
Mhm.
in touch with like the divine feminine in us is an attractive energy.
Mhm.
It's not
Mm-hmm.
a doing energy, it's an
Right.
attracting energy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the divine masculine is doing,
Mm-hmm.
achieving, right? And I was for years like a woman masquerading as a man. That's what
Mm-hmm.
we're conditioned to do. And so it kind of depends on the client, their level of mm, desire for or engagement with the more spiritual
Mhm.
angle of that. But pretty much, confidence is my jam, and
Yeah.
I see things that you don't. I say
Yep.
things that no one will, and
Mm-hmm.
that transcends
Mhm.
Acme Coaching Academy, whatever, because it's life and it's
Mm-hmm.
experience. And I'm just very what's your niche and address their pain points. I think all of that's bullshit. I don't address pain. I reflect brilliance.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm.
and as a mother, I would assume you are as well, Wendy. No, okay.
Nope.
But okay, so you deal with clients also, and all people, whether they're children people or they're caretaker people or they're adult people, whoever they are, people respond more positively to their brilliance than their pain. And
Mhm.
I just,
Mhm.
everybody's here for a different reason. I was not put here to talk to you about your pain. I was put here to talk to you about your unique brilliance and what
Mhm.
I see in you that's amazing, and that have you thought of this, or I was
Mhm.
put here to listen to that and reflect that back at you.
Well, and it makes sense because when you're sitting there dwelling in your pain, you're not going to be able to see your confidence, right? And
No.
that is
Yeah.
like you're all about helping them find their confidence and find
And
their
sense
Mm.
of worthiness. I mean,
yeah.
Mhm.
that whole I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not thin enough, I'm not this
Mhm.
enough, I'm not that enough. Not enough for whom? Like,
Right.
fuck are you talking? What are you talking about, right? And
Mhm.
that's what we do to ourselves. It's not
Mhm.
other people saying, "Oh no, you're not good enough." And if they do, they're entitled to their opinion because that's
Right.
external to you and has nothing to
Mhm.
do with you.
Yep.
So that's a different way of saying it, that we're so reliant on the external
Mhm.
that we don't understand that there's a separation that's external and we reside internally. And so, how about this thing, the endless comparison? We look at
Yeah.
people, we
Right.
hold ourselves up next to them in
Yeah.
comparison, and then invariably we fall short
Mhm.
Right.
and we feel shitty about ourselves.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
well, dude, you're looking at somebody's outside and comparing that to how you feel inside of you.
Mhm. Mhm.
So if I said to you guys, okay, compare these two things, we
Mhm.
can't. One's a phone, one's a pair of glasses.
Right.
And yet we live our lives doing that and
Mhm.
allowing that to influence and that was part of the virus, man. That was another, I ended up doing that. Like, wow, shit, man, how come her Porsche's newer than mine? She does the same thing I do. Like, what
Oh,
the
yeah.
fuck's up with that? Why don't I? What?
Ooh.
It's just it's so not, and all of this is conditioned program thinking, but I call it the invisible feedback loop we live in,
Right.
where it's this baseline sound that we don't even get that we're doing that. It is invisible to us. It's just
Yeah.
we get up, we do our shit, we feel the
Right.
way we feel, blah blah blah, we're miserable, we call somebody, oh, I need therapy, oh, whatever. And like therapy, there are people who need healing, no doubt about it.
Mm.
But therapy is all about why. And to me, why
Mhm.
isn't the business end of the stick? I mean, I'm
Mhm.
a total
Mm.
curious George. I've always been a very, very curious and why is a wonderful question.
Oh, yeah.
However,
Right.
in the context of why am I like this, it's not that
Awesome.
great of a question because
Mhm.
maybe you get an answer to that, but then what? So, okay, now you know why you're like that. Whereas, what can I do to change that? Or
Yeah.
what am I
Exactly.
doing to be that way? What is a better question in the context of pain?
Agreed. I don't know if you've ever heard this analogy, but someone asked me once, well, what's the difference between coaching and therapy? I'm like,
Therapy,
well,
for sure.
therapy, you're looking backwards
Yeah.
and you're looking in the
Coaching
rear
is
view
forward.
mirror.
Yeah.
Coaching is
Mhm.
all about focusing forward. And that is what you're doing beautifully, and just allowing someone to imagine what their life can look like and putting them in that space of possibility instead of compare. It's like, no, you're holding that space for them to see what's possible for them, and that is a beautiful gift that you offer.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I also like to think I see you differently than you see yourself.
That's
And
Mhm.
and we're all, I shouldn't say we, I don't include myself. I'm a truth speaker. I
yeah.
say what I see.
Mhm.
And given that the
Right.
sacred space is not a pain space, it's a brilliant space. I
Mhm.
say what I see. So it's one thing of affirmations and looking in the mirror and you're so worthy, baby. You got this, girl. Oh, you're so confident. You're so, like that. I mean, that's cool too, affirmations. I'm not slamming any of this, but for me, there's something about imagine a total stranger. Imagine you're having like a total shit day, okay? And a complete stranger comes up to you and says, "Wow, Wendy, you have beautiful hair." And the
Mhm.
color of your eyes is and your energy and your like whatever. I'm
Mhm.
pulled a bad maybe a bad example, but that's very impactful when someone who
Shifts.
doesn't know you
Mhm.
shares with you what they see when they look at you. And I
Uh-huh.
say it's a bad example because I was speaking of physical traits, and that's not really what I'm referring to, but more, wow, you have the ability to do this. That's really amazing. For somebody real, not a book, not a podcast, not whatever you see in the mirror, for someone
Mhm.
real to tell
Mhm.
you reality of what
Exactly.
you are.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's that grants at some subliminal level that grants permission for those people to,
Right.
oh wow, oh that's interesting. I never thought of it that way, or gee, I never thought of myself in that way. And once they start putting those pieces together, right,
Mhm. Yeah.
they see what I see and they
Mhm.
become
Right.
aware.
That is gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Yeah. Do you have a question, Wendy? I feel like you do.
Well, so yeah, so going back to the virus.
Uh, Meanwhile, back in Hollywood,
Well, back in Hollywood, was there anything or is there anything that you left behind in that world that you miss?
uh, sure, and well, so it's kind of like this. When I left, I was like, yeah, no, I'm out, peace out, man. I'm done, done, done. And years later, on a different continent, that came around to bite me in the ass, and
Really?
it's that
Mm.
industry is in my heart, and I'm
Wow.
I'm I'm struggling of how to articulate it. I didn't like the toxicity of the environment, but I love the process.
Mhm.
And I love my part in the process, and I'm very good at my part in the process. So when I left, I was younger and dumber, and I didn't get that, but I did. That came around again, as with so many
Mm.
things in our lives, right? When they
Right.
keep bouncing back, that means,
Yep.
okay, pay
Pay
attention.
attention.
Pay attention. Another cosmic bitch slap headed your way. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, so I had this niche business where I was helping people in Europe, and I was in Warsaw in Poland with their conversational English. And a lot of people I met, I had private clients, and many of them were in the entertainment industry. So it was like their conversational English, and then filmmaking technology, and teaching
Mhm.
them filmmaking technique. And
Right.
that then morphed into this extraordinary collaboration with this guy, Matt, teaching master classes in Kiev in Ukraine.
Oh, wow.
Uh, they were all working professionals in the
Mhm.
industry, but
Mhm.
how they make movies in Eastern Europe and how we really make movies is like worlds apart. And they
Mhm.
wanted that bad. And so this guy and I had this amazing collaboration. And my takeaway or thing I want to toss in is it's something that I never could have imagined in a million years. And that's my other big soapboxy kind of thing, which is the un and unknown is the same un in unlimited. And we all have
Yeah.
this very deep seated
Yeah.
fear of the unknown, and that's where all the good shit is. And
It
so
really is.
when people say to me, well, I can't imagine, go for it. Because when you can't imagine, you're in a box of what you know,
Mhm.
and you already know what you know. So there's nothing new in the box, right? It's the same shoes, it's the same, like whatever, you know what I mean? And so that really made me understand that that's filmmaking thing isn't going anywhere. And so currently I'm in another business with some folks who we are kind of reinventing the wheel with filmmaking in a
Wow.
very anti-Hollywood way. It isn't exactly a studio, but it's mm, people who love movies, whether they're cineasts or audiences or filmmakers or script writers or whatever they might be, of authentically
Mm.
collaborating and co-creating their dream. And at the same time, well, not at the same time, a platform upon which to do that. And then by the inclusivity of this, it's kind of what we call like cracking your head open to what it is to be authentic, what it is to be non-egoic and allow co-creation with
Yeah.
other people, and how so
Mhm.
kind of shifting that mindset, if you
Mm.
will, which is
Mhm.
kind of coaching. But again, it's in a film setting.
I love
So there
that.
you go. It's not going anywhere. Caught the virus. The virus is there. It's not going away. The bad part of it, the Hollywise part, is gone, but the it's mutated into a different form of virus where it's with me always and will be, and I
Mm.
don't no longer have a need to shove that away.
Mhm.
Wow.
That's cool.
Hmm.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I like that a lot.
Thank you.
Um, I'm trying to like
I can
phrase
see that.
this. Like, I can't come up with how to phrase it, but Wendy, if you have something better, go, because
But
like,
just say it, Steph.
Oh,
It
no,
doesn't
I'm
matter
just,
how it comes out.
I
yeah,
know. Um, so when you're working with people and they're working through finding this belief from in themselves and like and discovering their inner worth, like wh- what's the is there a through line that you've seen where once they've figured out their inner worth versus chasing the external, like is there a through line of like or a similarity amongst people
Commonality.
you've worked
Yeah.
with um that they notice like
Right.
you know
for sure, for sure. Are you asking me what that is, right?
yeah, sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Um, right. So part of what we all do in this dimension is to, some people call it duality. It has to do with this internal external thing, right? But we
Mm-hmm.
look at things and people and places and we
Mm-hmm.
see, oh, they're different. You're
Mm-hmm.
different from me. That's different. I don't like Thai food. That's different. So this is part of our survival supercomputer where that machine was designed to make us hyper aware of
Mm.
differences,
Mm-hmm.
because differences were what allowed us to survive.
Mm-hmm.
So, as an example, let's say you're a Neolithic person walking to the rock pool under a waterfall where you collect water every day, and peripherally you notice that the grass, oh wow, the grass is flat. Yesterday when I was here, there were flowers there, and today there's nothing and it's flat because the saber-toothed tiger slept there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So this
Mm.
is a survival thing to difference, and this also applies to the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
When we can teach ourselves how to see similarities. You're just like me. This
Mm-hmm.
is just like that. And that capability is learnable and trainable and doable,
Yeah.
right? And it doesn't happen like, it's not like a Shazam thing, right? It's like the seed is planted, look for similarity. You know, I use an analogy of like a curtain wall around a castle, and there's icky things outside the wall, and you like reach over the wall and grab something and drop it on your side of the wall, and you're like, oh, I can see it now. That's a squirrel. And it's no longer unknown, and it's no longer anything for us to be fearful of. At any rate, it's something that we can, that's the awareness drop and how that happens. So awareness is the beginning of change, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, oh wow, yeah, I'm doing that all the time. And then like, I don't want to do that. So I have to see the similarity. And the process is kind of like something, the next thing comes up and you're like,
Mhm.
oh fuck, I did it again.
Mm-hmm.
The fact, right? And then time goes by, that's still a seed planted, and you catch yourself doing it. Oh shit, I'm doing it again. And then eventually the day comes where you're like, I didn't do it this time. And that I didn't do it this time is the mm, dopamine angle of this is just like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this happens in life. Either you travel to a new country, or you have a new part of your job, or you're launching a new, if you're entrepreneurial or a founder of something, you know,
Mm-hmm.
something new, right? And that's intimidating to us because we're faced with uncertainty, and it could be risky, and all of that drops away as soon as you can be quiet and
Mm-hmm.
just calm down and be able to see, oh, this is like that.
Right.
And to do that, this is like that. That's another thing we have a problem with, because the that are our accomplishments and achievements that we're also taught. No, 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 no. Don't talk about that. You're
Mm-hmm.
bragging. I
Mm-hmm.
goeth before a fall, all of that bullshit. That
Right.
that's playing super loud, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we, and particularly women, reject our accomplishments, or we don't acknowledge them. Or
Mm-hmm.
I was once speaking to a group of women, and I was like, okay, you if you've accomplished something, hold up your hand, and nobody did. And I'm like, come on, ladies, let's go. What have you accomplished? And
Ugh,
again, part of it is syntax, right? Like accomplished. It doesn't mean that. What have you done? Yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, how many of you have given birth?
Right.
A bunch of hands went up. Keep your hands up. How many of you have graduated from university?
Mhm.
And a bunch
Mm-hmm.
more hands went up.
Right.
How many of you have had more than one job? And a bunch of, so by the time I was done with them, all the hands in the room were up, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, those are accomplishments.
Yeah.
And you could just see the like, oh, right. So
Yeah.
meanwhile, back at the point, in order to say this is just like that, involves acknowledging that.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another level of override of, it's okay to do that. In fact, it's, you need to do that. So
Courage.
that's another part of permission, and right,
Mm-hmm.
which yeah, so the through line, if you will, Stephanie, is
Mm-hmm.
planting that seed of awareness, and helping people see themselves differently,
Mm-hmm.
and to be more aware of what they're doing. Just like wake up is
Yeah.
what I call it. Is like, come on, man, wake up,
Mm-hmm.
wake up.
Mm-hmm.
And then things kind of, it's not me handing you something, it's
Right.
you doing that yourself. And
Mm.
then we talk about that, and I listen to that, and oh, and then the next thing, it's all very organic, right? Because then the
Right.
next thing comes up that has to do with accomplishment, or that has to do with feeling invisible, or that has to do with not good enoughness, and all of that. It's all one big ball of yarn, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's one big
And
ball
it
of yarn.
didn't in any way answer the question.
Yeah, no, you did.
Oh my God.
Um,
Nailed it.
so I was thinking about this. Like, I know in your story you were saying that your little voice, you had never heard that before.
Hmm.
But do you think that this knowledge, this being connected to your inner confidence. Because I mean, you exude confidence. Like I can't imagine you not exuding confidence even when you were in the Hollywood world. You know, yes, when you're in a pressure cooker like that, the self-doubt of course comes through and all the comparison, all those other things.
Right.
But do you think the little voice, like, do you remember the little voice at all, like when you were younger, before you went to Hollywood? Like, was,
Yeah.
were you on, like, were you kind of riding this and then kind of got detoured and then came back? Or do you think it's, you needed to go to Hollywood to wake up and get where
And
you are?
were you ignoring the little voice
Yeah.
previously?
Well, yeah, I'm sure. I would. I mean, I've always been confident, and
Yes.
I grew up surrounded by people who said you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Right.
In a very I grew up with unconditional love. My
Yeah.
mother's mantra was "Go and be you," and
Hmm.
so there
Yeah.
was unconditional love and support and nurture,
Yeah.
and but just that, um, you can do anything.
Hmm.
Right. Yeah.
And I was a very serious little person who
Hmm.
read encyclopedias and dissected chipmunks and whatever, made explosions in my bedroom. And oh my God, dude, that science kit, that was such a bad Christmas present. Had a scalpel and everything, and chemicals that could be combined to combust. Can you
Hmm.
imagine my poor mother? I was so careful. I pulled away a corner of the carpet, like worked it, baby. The tacks and the stuff, and pulled it away and put down foil over the wood so it
Oh.
burn. And I was that kind of kid, right?
Yep.
But the
Yep.
explosion happened anyway.
The explosion happened anyway.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the
Well, yeah,
tagline.
despite the
That's
best planning. And so this for my mom, I feel really bad for her. Like
oh,
I found this chipmunk was roadkill and it was freshly killed and it was perfect. It wasn't, you know, how like
Yeah.
animals kind of get turned inside out it was perfect. Like it looked like it was sleeping. And I picked it up and I was like, oh my God, it's perfect. And I brought it home and I like washed it and dried it, like made it clean
did
and
your mother know you were doing
oh,
this?
wait for
Okay.
it.
Wait, waiting.
Washed it, dried it, wrapped it in a paper towel, wrapped that in saran wrap, wrapped that in foil, put it in a freezer baggie, and stuffed it in the back of the freezer where all of her meat was. Because we go to a butcher and you'd get that butcher, but yeah, it's you know what's coming. And so she found that, and I heard the scream, and I was like, and
She found my chipmunk.
oh, I was, of course, summoned to the kitchen. And I just imagine my mother, like the conflict the woman was experiencing of what the fuck is this in my freezer, confronted by like a 7-year-old saying, but I washed it and I dried it and I wrapped
Exactly.
it up
You're
really
perfectly
good
safe.
so that it wouldn't contaminate anything. And the same thing with the explosion, you know, I peeled the carpet back and I mean, my mother and I had a laugh about it years later, but
Years later.
I half the time I couldn't keep a straight face. It was just like, oh my God, she how can I, you know, how can I
Yeah.
punish like all of that thought and all of that what you know, it was just so yeah, Stephanie
So
can
funny.
relate to what I'm saying.
Stephanie, is your son listening?
No, thank God.
Thank
But
you, sweet.
He'll be
I'm
like,
waiting for the day he starts doing stuff like that because like Joe was that kid. Like Joe would bring apparently
oh
his
no.
mother one time was doing the laundry and Joe had put a garden snake in his jean jacket
A live
pocket,
one?
a live one, and kind of forgot
Forgot.
to take him out of the pocket. Or I guess I think he had it like on his chair and his mom just grabbed it to put in the laundry. And when she opened the pocket,
Oh.
it was
Oh.
like,
Well, she didn't wash it. To me, that would have been
yeah,
way
yeah,
worse.
that would have been way worse.
Yeah, right.
So the tagline for this, and the explosion happened anyway.
And the explosion happened anyway.
In the best
Exactly.
possible way, just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I love that. I love that. That's so great.
So we were taught, meanwhile, back at me, the confidence thing. Where does it come from? Our what blah blah blah, right? So it's
Mhm.
a pretty straight up equation of awareness,
Mhm.
accomplishment, accomplishing creates confidence.
Hmm.
Yes.
And so that's the arrow, the line. But what
Hmm.
spreads out from the accomplishment part of that is the doubting, the
Hmm.
questioning, the comparing, the all
Mhm.
of that stuff. And so that's kind of what I meant when I say it evolves organically, because
Hmm.
those things invariably come up.
Right.
Yep. Yep.
So when we yeah, so I mean that's the straight line thing of
Yeah.
who are you, what do you do, what
Hmm.
have you accomplished, do you
Yeah.
acknowledge that or not?
Yeah.
You make compare to see similarities, teach yourself
Mhm.
to see similarities, you will then accomplish things, and the more you accomplish, the better you feel about yourself and the more
Hmm.
confident you become.
Right.
Mhm.
And there's that element of having somebody who sees and allows you to um acknowledge your worth, acknowledge your accomplishments, which then creates the confidence. Like when we're
Totally,
children, we have
totally.
our parents who acknowledge that 9 times out of 10.
Yeah,
And that's
there
what
I am. Yeah,
exactly same here. And it builds that confidence in ourselves. And so as an adult working with you, it's like you are the one that helps them see it
Yep.
and acknowledges it and, holds that mirror up and says, "You did do the thing."
for sure, for sure. And a lot of it, sadly, I want to digress for a second here because I have questions for you.
Hmm.
Um, a lot of it, sadly, has to do with permission,
Hmm.
being granted permission.
Mhm.
And this is another place that we fall down as women because we don't understand the difference between asking for permission and running something by someone.
Yeah,
Hmm.
asking for
And
support, right?
mm, I
Like
wasn't
you,
thinking that, but I'm sure that could be part of it. It's
yeah.
more like instead of I'll pretend I'm Stephanie. Joe, is it okay with you if we have chicken for dinner with steamed green beans and mashed potatoes?
Yeah,
That's
she'd never do that.
asking for permission. Well, of course not. The other, the the inclusionary, you're a team, right? It's
Yeah.
like, hey, yo, I was gonna make like chicken and green beans and mashed potatoes for
Yeah.
dinner. Does that sound good to you? Yeah,
Hmm.
baby, let's go.
Yep.
Those are two completely different things, right?
Exactly.
Hmm.
And so we have a gross misunderstanding of this. And what I've found working with women is that it's this arrested emotional development of being a little girl. Okay, you're not a little girl. You're a grown
Hmm.
up. You're running a fucking company.
Mhm.
Okay?
Hmm.
You're not a little girl.
Mhm.
And that's a deeply subconscious state of affairs where either that was behavior where when we were a good little girl, daddy rewarded us,
Right.
or when we were a good little girl, mommy didn't hit us, or that that's a
Oh
huge
yeah.
big tin of fish, right?
Hmm.
And it's such an unconscious level
Right.
that we don't and I've been through this with women. I'm like, what, why are
Yep.
you being a child? What, you're not a
Hmm.
little girl. Well, I know that, of course not. And then the next thing out of their mouth is asking for permission for something.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
this
Yep.
is very sad to me that and you see it's everywhere, right? Manipulative behavior in
Mhm.
relationships, and
Yeah.
it's everywhere, and it's just really sad, man. And I work with men too, and they're far less prone to this. And
Mhm.
so it speaks to our gender of
Yeah.
we're afraid. We want to ask. We have to ask for
We've
permission.
been
No, you don't.
programmed.
You can just be you.
Mhm.
And people respect authenticity.
Yep.
Mhm.
People value authenticity. People
Mhm.
want to touch that. I want me some of that,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
There is no downside to that.
Yep.
So yeah, the permission, that inability to discern the difference between permission and running something by
Yeah.
someone is huge.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a whole people
100%.
pleaser thing.
Right. So do you guys find that in your practices, in your work? The permission, the arrested emotional development
Oh,
female,
Mm.
all
hell
of it.
yes. And
Mhm.
also the inability to celebrate their
Yes.
accomplishments and achievements. One of my mentor coaches says this. I think you guys are going to really like pick this up. It's she says, unacknowledged good turns to shit.
Totally.
So
Yep.
let's fucking celebrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Shine your light.
Be in a weekend in Milan, right? Let's celebrate, meaning, wow,
Yeah.
good
Like I did
job.
this. Look at
Good
what I
job,
did. Go
Jen. Good
me.
Mhm.
job. Wow, I can't believe I did that. That's so
Exactly.
cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Wendy and I are part of a women's connection company, Polka Dot Powerhouse, and one of the things we do in a meeting is always have
We
a
celebrate.
part where we do a celebration, and everyone, typically most calls or live meetings, you go around the room and share a celebration. And it's like we have to, as the leaders of these groups, we have to define this is a celebration of something you are celebrating that you accomplished. Because I can't tell you how many rooms I've been in where people are like, my
It's
son's going to college and
yeah.
he's doing,
No.
and
Yeah,
it's
no,
like,
no, no, no,
no, you did not accomplish that. You raised
Yeah.
that child, yes, but that is
and
no.
it's hard for them. A lot
And
of
it's a
Yeah,
huge
because
thing,
they're
but
not
yes,
looking.
do
it's
that,
Yeah,
so
right?
it's
hard.
oh
And
my
to get them to like celebrate something. And so, like, when I was running the chapter in Worcester, I'd say, if you can't think of something right away, your celebration can be as small as I made it to this fucking meeting,
I got out of bed.
How about
right?
it? I
Because
got
some
on
days
that.
that is huge, right?
Some days that is
Yeah.
huge.
And
Yes.
and then other days it's I published a book, I did this, I did
Yeah.
that, you know?
Yeah.
And but like we literally have to kind of teach them
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
Oh,
it's
to
for
like
do
sure.
it.
For
oh
sure.
yeah,
And
like
it's
pulling
crazy.
teeth.
But then once you're in the culture and it's part of what we do, now it's like you can't
Yeah.
help it, you know? But
So
yeah.
that's how that works. That's how
Yeah.
the change happens, that you're
Yeah.
watching right in front of your very eyes. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
to
Gorgeous.
define, you have to help them define.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like it's all about words, man, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
all semantics. Abundance, money. No,
Mm-hmm.
abundance, find something else.
Yeah.
Accomplishment, 5 PhDs. No, find
Mm-hmm.
something else. You got up
Mm-hmm.
today. You
Yeah.
shaved your legs this morning. You like whatever.
Exactly.
All of that, right? So it's a
I smelt the roses.
exactly,
Exactly.
exactly, but it's a
Yes.
redefinition process, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so by
Yeah.
mirror reflecting to that person their brilliance,
Right.
helping them escape that feedback loop where they're on autopilot,
Right.
wake the fuck
100%.
up, get out
Yeah.
of autopilot and learn to discern. These are different
Mm-hmm.
things. You can do that.
Yeah.
And then it's not me handing you on a plate and look at how wonderful your life is now.
No.
People arrive at that conclusion themselves, which is
hmm
the whole
Mm-hmm.
point. Another difference between therapy and
Exactly.
coaching. Yeah.
Right.
It's a
Yeah.
therapist handing you some like, oh, pat, pat, good girl, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to, or the whole self care. Oh, you've made such great progress. You deserve a day off and to lay in bed and eat a box of bonbons. Like, yeah, no, that's
They
not.
might not want to. Yeah.
That's not
Mm.
self care. That's not that. How is that moving things forward? It isn't. It's
Great.
I don't know, man. I don't want to. Time's
It's
almost
all
up,
good.
and I don't want to waste it on that. But yeah, yeah, we have to help people define, learn, and define,
100%.
Exactly.
redefine.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Yeah, yeah.
Stuff you're processing. You're
I am.
processing.
So in your current world, what brings you the most joy?
Yes. Speaking of celebrations.
Yeah, well, co-creating this film
Mhm.
project I'm involved in, and
Nice.
cooking is my zone of creative genius and
Nice.
stuff. I do
I
that.
love that.
2 years ago, I lost my mom,
Mm-hmm.
and I left my place in the city and came to live with my dad
Mm-hmm.
in a not caretaker. He's certainly able and mobile and
Yeah,
drives and whatever. But just emotional support.
right.
I'm an only child, and all three of us were very close. And so, yeah, it's great. I'm the entertainment cuisine. He
Yeah,
goes he comes to my restaurant every night. So
I love it.
that's cool.
That's very cool. I love that.
So fun. Awesome. And how do people connect with you? What is there anything you want to share with the audience of
Final words of
things?
wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on over to cosmicbitchslap.com to see what it's all about. That's also the title of a book that I wrote about
Mm-hmm.
leaving the industry. And I'm big on Substack,
Nice.
and I'm in the process of audio recording my book because I love authors reading their own shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so my Substack currently is free. I publish weekly, and
Wow.
that's also my newsletter, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
would love people to come and subscribe, and it's free. And then when I'm done recording the book, that'll be a, a page as a paid subscription.
Oh,
So those
Nice.
are things I'm excited about, and I'd love to
yeah.
have a way in your promotional thing to get that out in the world, like the link for Substack and the URL
Yeah.
for the website and all of that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. We'll definitely put those things in the show notes and make sure that people can find you. So, yeah.
Oh, thank
Thank you.
Oh my
Yeah.
God,
Thank
thank
you
you
so
so much for
much.
the time and the opportunity and
Oh,
Of
the
course.
platform, the ability to speak.
of
It's
course.
I'm deeply appreciative.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We
Likewise,
we
as are
loved
we.
having you. It's been a great conversation, and I think it's really
Yeah.
important that people s- find their true selves.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much,
Hmm.
Jennifer.
Awesome. So have a great day, everybody.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps us.
Yes, yes, please help us. Have a good one. See you next time.
Bye.